Ah, I think we're live. I want to think that we are live. Hi, it's always so weird in the beginning because you think that you're live, but you don't know. And I see myself on the YouTubes, so that means that we are live. And let's see if we can see the chat. Uh, Apparently, right now we're live on Periscope, LinkedIn, and this thing, YouTube. How weird is that? Oh, and Facebook too, I think. Thank you, everyone who's here. This is so cool to see you here. I Today we're going to have something cool. We're going to be creating different blocks for a landing page. But before that, we're going to also create a design system. And let me get into it pretty quickly. Uh, but by the way, we're live, so there's a chat there. So I would love to see if you are on on YouTube. I can see the chat. So if you are on Google, tell us where you're visiting from. Where are you located? Say uh, say hi, say hola, say hello on your language too. Would love to see that. Hi, Pablo Hernandez. Hola. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to be creating this and yeah, okay. So go in the chat and chat between you. I'll check later if there are any questions. Okay, too. Yeah, ask questions there, and then I'll come back later. Okay, let's do this. Let me start sharing my screen. Is there no way to just make my face spotlight here. So in Procreate, I sketch the wireframe. Can you see this? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I sketch wireframes of the different blocks that we're going to be creating today. So let me export this. I did not come prepared, as you can see, not as prepared at least. And this is what we're going to be using for the different blocks. So I'm exporting this, but we can get started right away. Let's do this. So the first thing is the elements. And actually, you know what? Just so I have it as a reminder, I'm just going to start putting the elements here. And the elements are going to be first the tokens, color, typography, iconography, illustration. So I'm going to start with just color. And I think just pretty basic. Going to create a couple of rectangles, 96 by 96, just so they are big and chunky. And my colors are going to be pretty simple. I want to make it almost like black and white. So for that, we're going to be creating more black, but I don't want it full black. Let's make it a little bit blue, just a tiny bit blue. Okay. And then as you can see, I chose the color here, and I'm going to add it as one of my color styles. So I press here on the fill on this little icon that says style. I'm going to press create style, and I'm going to call it, damn, what should I call it? Color dark. We can change that name later. And you know what? I'm realizing no. Let's call it something different. So let's call it black, gray. Then let's go all the way to different. I think we should do different gray scales. So yeah, let's do that. Let me actually start editing this. Let's do 5 different shades. Yeah, 5 different shades. We have the strongest. Let's do 5 different shades where we unlink this. And let's do a really light one. Really light one. Just around here. And then let me copy that style. Command Option C, Command Option V. And let's make this a little bit darker. A little bit darker. Command Option C, Command Option V, and then let's make this a little bit darker, almost a little bit over half the darkness of your soul. And let's go all the way to almost like 80%, almost there, around here. Yeah, and then this one is almost like half actually. Let's put in half. Let's make this not as dark, maybe around here. And this one, make it even lighter and less saturated. Just a tiny bit lighter, just for elements that need a little touch of gray. Okay, around there. Those are going to be our shades that we're going to be using. I think this should be enough for grays. We have for grayest of the grayest, the darkest. Let's call this gray 05. Let's call this, let's add it. Let's call it gray 04. This one is going to be called added gray 03. And oh my God, this is really annoying, right? Calling these things 02, 01. We're almost there. Gray 01. And then let's make another one. And this one is just going to be white. Okay? No. Let's unlink it first. Once that is unlinked, let's make it white and let's add it as gray 00. Okay? Create style, gray 00. There you go. Look at us. Everyone is here. It's maybe it was a mistake to share this link. How can is there any way I can hide that stuff? Oh my God. I mean, I love that you're here, but how can I hide that? Hold on, canvas, Canva, view, high frame outlines, multiplayer cursors. Boom! I hit you. Yeah, I cannot see you anymore. That's great. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Let's do a brand color. Well, like an accent color. This accent color, let's do. I'm all about. I always go with pinks. I shouldn't be doing pink. Let's do. What if we go with something weird and let's just choose a yellow, like a yellowish? Yeah, I'm liking this. Yeah, let's do yellow. So we're going to be using yellow around here. That's going to be our like our primary brand color. And let's do a couple of shades of it. What do you say? Do you agree with that? Let's do one shade. I think one shade should be enough. One light shade. That's it. And that's as far as we'll go with color. Yeah, that's as far as we'll go. So let's make this one. Let's add it. Let's create one, and it's called primary. And 01 is no 02. We can come back and rename this and 01. Okay. Yo, what the hell? Primary 01. Yo, slash 01. Okay, cool. So we have those colors. That's as far as we'll go. Let's call this color. We need typography now. So let's put all of these little guys over here. Can we use super tidy and let's plug in super tidy. Can we use it on just elements? Tidy? Yo, no. No! Don't just do that. Super tidy, run all. Yeah. Let's see. Huh. I like it. I don't think I want 100. Plugins, super tidy, reorder, and I think I'm going to go with less. And someone wrote to me on Slack, and I'm wondering if it is something. Oh my God, I'm not sharing my screen. All this time, I have not been sharing my screen. my God, this is so bad. I am so sorry about this. I don't know what's going on. So I suppose that if I'm not in the spotlight, then you cannot hear me. But I want to put full screen. That is so weird. So this thing doesn't allow me to have sound. If I turn this off, oh, guys, I am so sorry about this. I don't know. Like I know that now you can hear me, right? Uh, but if I turn this off, I want to not. I want to make my face smaller on this thing, and apparently I cannot. I don't want half of the screen to be my gigantic face. So, oh, this is the worst. I don't know what to do. I am so sorry. I don't know what to do. Oh, there you go. I am an idiot. This is how you do it. I should have selected. Thank you for being so patient with me. There you go. Now you can hear me and everything, right? Oh my God. Still learning. Thank you for being here. Is everyone still here? We are here for your gigantic face. Thank you, Alexa. Okay, now you should be able to see me too and hear me and see the screen. We got it all, right? Hold on. I want to see this. Please confirm that yes. Yes, now we can. A new project is serious on this software now. Yeah, seriously. No, I think I should have known. I should have known this. Oh man, it's so hidden though, and this is so important. It's so hidden. You're right. Anyway, okay, cool. Let's go headings, my friends. And I'm going to use. I usually go with a type scale. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to say 14, 20, 24. So I'm going to go with body. The body one is going to be 12. That's going to be just for labels. And then 16 is going to be my base. And then 20 is going to be for copy. Okay, so body 3, body, no, hold on. Body 2, and this is one is going to be called body zero. Zero. And then it's going to be heading 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And 1, 2, and 3. Let's. Now I'm so afraid. I need to be hearing everything. I'm still unable to hear the audio. You cannot hear me? Come on. So someone's saying I'm still unable to hear the audio. Turn on your speakers, Garima. Can you hear and see everything? I'm so sorry. Technical difficulties. Yes, we can. It's working for me. Yes, we can. Thank you so much. Garima is good now. Okay, cool. Uh, let's do this. I am so sorry. Let's do this. Let's just start with actually, this one is 20. So let's just start with 24. 24 is our first heading. Heading 3 is going to be 24. This is going to be 32. And let's go all the way to 48 for our bigger heading. Yeah, is that going to be enough? This one is 20. I think we should go all the way to 32. You say. What are you saying? 32, 40, and 56, baby. Yeah. Why? Because I want it to be that way. There's no logic in this. And usually you want to call your headings. This is all backwards. Let's do it that way. So, Usually headings are H1 is the most important and is the biggest, H2. But over here, I'm naming this. Usually you would potentially call this like body label, uh, body, just body base. And this one will be your body. I'm going to call it copy. So let's create this. I'm going to create a new style. I'm going to call it heading slash one. To add a new one, heading slash two. And create a new one, heading slash 03. All this stuff, I know that it's annoying, but it's important. Body, label. I think I'm going to be more, I'm using light. Damn, I should have not used light. Sorry about that. Let's go with medium. I think medium is going to be good. So once you have created a style, you can come in here and edit it. So edit style, you enter this mode and you can edit it. So I'm going to go with medium on all my headings. I should have done that first. I was only caring about the size. And all of these should be, well, this one, did I already create it? No. I'm going to use regular weight. This one is also going to be regular weight. And this one, I'm going to, since I already created it, I need to go to the editor and select it. Okay, body base. Let's create a text one, a text style for this. Body. Oh my God, so many technical difficulties. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for being so patient. I don't think I'm going to record this. I don't think I'm going to make it available to the public. So this is the last time you'll see this. Yeah, I'm going to need to create a new one later. Create style. So thank you for being here on this thing that is never going to be available to the public anymore because there are so many technical problems. So one thing that you can do once you create these things, and something that I like doing is just well, you can use the tidy, and then it just like tides everything. You can come in here and select how much spacing you want it between, but also you can add an auto layout. This is pretty handy because all of these, and then align them. I want to align them to the left. Once you have auto layout, you can add padding around the elements, like horizontal padding, vertical padding, and also the spacing between the elements. So 16, and I'm going to just select these ones, just selecting the text, and I can just add auto layout between them. Sometimes it does this. This should be aligned to the left. And then all these elements, sorry, I select this as a frame, and then on the frame, I have these options. So I can keep it consistent in 16 pixels. There you go. I have my typography. Let's use iconography. Iconography, I think I'm going to, like I was saying, that I was going to be using this tool called Iconsate. Let's just add a couple of icons that I know I'm going to be using. So I use this tool called Iconsate, and it's pretty cool because it allows you to just like insert icons into your tool. I think there's also a plugin. I don't have it installed, but it's a Figma plugin too for Icons 8. So I'm going to use this one that's called Material Rounded, and I'm going to select menu. I know I'm going to need this one. And should we do the hamburger or should we do the meatballs? Let's do the meatballs. And I'm sure that I'm going to be using which one? Arrow, I guess. Like an arrow, a right arrow. Where's the right arrow? I am lazy and I don't make icons. And I use this tool. If you want to save yourself some time, just use a tool like that. But sometimes you want to create your own icons, and that's okay. Or to have a gigantic header here. This is iconography. Look at this. And it's only 2 icons. But usually you want to turn these into actual components. So I will say icon slash right arrow. Right arrow. No, arrow and then right. Why? Because then all of them are inside the icon menu. And I'm going to put this in an auto layout. Boom, maybe 24 spacing between them. And I can turn these into actual components. So I have that selected and I'm going to create the component. So anytime I want to add new icons, I'm going to come here to the iconography place. For now, I think I'm going to need those. But if you want to keep adding more, for example, home, potentially I'm going to be needing a home icon. So again, icon, home, and come over here and then just paste that and then turn it into a component. Boom, baby. There you go. We have iconography section with 3 icons. That's all we have. Let's go to the next one. Illustration. I think illustration, we're not going to be creating the element here, but let's just put a couple of spots. Yeah, let's just put a couple of spot illustrations just to tell us what's going on here. So, 144. Let's do 144 here too. Sorry, I'm just being a little bit annoying with the spacing between my elements. This should be, well, what the hell? This should be 40 pixels. This should be 40 pixels. And the spacing between this should be 40 pixels. There you go. I just like my things to be tidy. And illustration. Let's just put a couple of illustrations from the Blush plugin. 144. And I have this plugin. You should check it out. It's called Blush. The Blush plugin. You can go to the plugins community page. Go to plugins, and then you'll see how do you search for stuff. Is there no way to search here anymore? Oh, it's over here. It's kind of hidden, my friends. Blush. You can come in here and then install it. And maybe you will be the 30,000 subscriber. And then, for example, the other one that we're going to be using is Super Tidy. So search for Super Tidy and you can install this one, okay? So let's go back to our file. So I have the Blush plugin open. And I'm going to insert some spot illustration, just for example. But this is the illustration collection that we're going to be using that is called Family Values. You can also search it by the artist. Veronica Yesi is the artist behind this one. So you're going to see here, Family Values, and it has a lot of different scenes. You can also just play with the characters. So let's insert a couple of characters. Yo, what the hell? No, I didn't want that. Let's insert an adult. Let's insert a child. And let's insert a couple of scenes. Let's insert the living room scene, just so it's there as an example. And let's use one of these compositions. Let's use the one that is called Keep It in Touch. Keep It in Touch, and then maybe one that is called Healthy Family. There you go. Let me copy and paste these elements because sometimes it doesn't insert itself into the actual artboard. There you go. Let's apply some tidiness, tidy up. And not exactly what I wanted. It's okay. So, okay, we have for, this should be illustration by the frame. Illustration, let's see, 48 pixels. Nope. 48 pixels. There you go. Let's apply. Yeah, there you go. So we have our style guide, like a very simple style guide. I know that we're missing a lot of stuff, but for today's exercise, we just got the basic elements, the basic tokens that we're going to be using. Illustration, iconography, typography, color. Obviously, you would want to create more things for all the different use cases. For now, for us, we're just going to be using this. This one, how big is this one? Is this 18 only? No, it's 20. That's great. And have color. Maybe we want a title for this. Nah. Okay, cool. We're good. Now let's start. What should we move on to? let's just create some components. So we're going to create some buttons. This part is kind of fun. Let's create components. I think this element should be a little bit smaller. Actually, what am I doing? We already have our own stuff. Let's use the one that is H2. Heading 2. Bow, baby. Boom. And let's change the color. Let's change the color to a grayish. A gray. Let's use this one. No, what the hell am I doing? Now let's keep this the normal one. Yeah. Sorry about that. I get annoying. What is happening here? Apparently, all the size changes created some weird spacing between the elements. 40, 40. There you go. Okay, now let's create a button. And for that, let's use our text that is a heading. So button primary. We want to create a primary button, secondary button, and maybe a tertiary button. Yo, what the hell? Tertiary button. Tertiary button. And let's use our let's use not the heading, but let's use body. Yeah, what's going on here? I made something weird there. Let's use the body base. Hold on. I'm realizing that I did something with the assets. Let's look at. Let me go to my. Let me change this. This shouldn't be. This should be in the same group as this. So, let me edit it. It looks like. Oh, I'm an idiot. It should have been body, copy. There you go. So now it should belong to the same group. Yeah, label, base, and copy. Okay. Let's start doing this. So I'm going to create a frame. So how to create a button on Figma that is just a simple button that is considering having an icon. And usually I put the icons on the left, but maybe you want an icon on the right. Anyway, let's do this. So I'm going to select the text. I'm going to turn this into a frame. And I think it's Command-Shift-G. No, Command-Option-G. Yeah, Command-Option-G. And that turns it into a frame. You can see here. You can also turn it into a group if you want to. But anyway, now it's a frame. And now I want to add some auto layout. If we see over here on our layer list, we have only the text. And we want to add some auto layout to it. And that auto layout is going to be a primary button that is going to have maybe, let's say that it has 24 pixels on the padding on the left and right, and 8 pixels top and bottom. Let's add a fill to it. Right now it has a white fill. Let's use our gray, and let's use on our text. Let's use white. Boom. There you go. And now let's add some rounded corners, maybe 4 pixels rounded corners. The beauty of this is that you're going to be able to come in here and like, yo, and it's going to, because of the auto layout, it's going to respect the padding around your element. So this is pretty cool. This is important. Sometimes I like 12. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I'm trying to use an 8-pixel grid, but sometimes you want a 4-pixel grid just for the granular, smaller elements. So I'm going to keep it at 4-pixel grid. 24, 12, there you go. Let's call this primary button. And let's turn this into an actual component. So I'm going to go over here, button, primary. Primary. Do I want to put sizes? I'm going to keep it simple, but usually I would actually also add sizes. Primary large, primary extra large, primary small. But for now, it's just going to be this, okay? I'm going to just turn it into a component. Boom. Now, I can, just with the same element, I just duplicated, this is an instance of this. I'm going to detach the instance. Now that it's attached, I have some control over it. So I'm going to change the text. By the way, maybe on this, the color of the field should be gray 0. There you go. Okay, on this one, I'm going to, this one also gray 0. No, actually, I'm going to be using the selection colors. This one, this part. This is going to allow me to change, to make it the opposite. The opposite of this is going to make the gray, the background to be white, the text to be black, and also I'm going to add a stroke around it, a border. So I'm going to add a border that is black, and this is going to be my secondary button. Secondary button. Secondary. And I'm going to put the stroke inside. There you go. Now we have a secondary button. I'm going to change the name here, button, secondary, and turn it into a component. Boom, baby. Now, if we go to our assets, we should be able to insert buttons like this. Primary, secondary, and then this is just an instance. So, yo, pretty cool, yo. Now, this part is fun. We can insert an icon too. By the way, let's also change the name of these. Just so, let me change the name to be label. So that way, inside your component, the text is called label. And or value. Yeah, maybe value. Yeah, I think I press Command R, and that way you can rename multiple layers that are selected. I'm going to call it value, text value. You can never be too obvious, okay, my friends? Make it obvious, make it easy to understand for other people. Now let's add an icon. Yeah, we already have icons here, so let's actually going to use this one. Usually, what are icons that you use? A settings icon. There you go. See, I knew that we were going to need more icons. I'm going to go over here, settings or gear. Search for a gear. Oh my God, I hate icons, aids, gears. Oh, no, I love this one. I went from hate to love like that. That happens sometimes. So icon settings. Yeah, let's call, what is this one? Yeah, that is the one. I'm going to turn it into a component. I'm going to paste, I'm going to come in here and paste it in here. See, I don't know if you saw that, but let me actually do that again. If I paste it here, if I paste it anywhere, it's just like there, right? But if I select this, the frame, and I paste it by selecting it, then it puts it inside the frame. And now I can actually move the element around because I'm using auto layout. That is so cool, right? So this one is going to be, yeah, it's icon settings. And let's insert an icon over here. So I'm going to copy it. Copy and paste it inside this element. And we cannot see it, but we can change the color to white. Boom. And let's call this icon right. Right. Let's duplicate it and let's move it to the left. And let's call this icon left. And to say, Pablo, this button looks crazy. And I would agree with you. That button does look crazy. But what we want to do is, you know what? And now this is looking too big. I'm going to change the spacing on the top and bottom to 8 pixels. The thing is that the icon itself, the size of it is 24. So now it's pushing this to be 40 pixels, the primary button. And I think 40 pixels is good. I don't. You can make them a little bit larger, but since we only have one size, I think 40 pixels is good. So now that I have this, now I can hide these. So I hide them, and they're still there. So if I go to an instance of a button, and if I want an icon to appear, I can just show it. And realizing this should be 24. And it should be aligned to the center. There you go. So if it doesn't have text, it looks like this. So sorry, if it doesn't have an icon, but if I want to add an icon on the right, I can do it super easily on, this is an instance of this component. So look at that. Now I add an icon and I can change that icon. I can here on this instance, instead of the settings one, let's change it to the menu one. You will have to annoyingly change it to white, but that's okay. You can easily change it. Boom, baby. Look at that. Oh, you don't want it on the right? You want it on the left? No worries. You can just show the one on the left and obviously also change it to the one you want. Maybe it's a home icon that you want. Change it to white. Boom, baby. Do a little dance. That's pretty cool, right? Come on. That's awesome. So, and also, by the way, here, you can also just like select it and delete it. But you're not really deleting it. You're really just hiding it. Okay? Just in case you didn't know that. That's a pretty cool shortcut to have. Okay, so we have our primary button. I'm realizing that the secondary button is going to need icons too. So let's I just select it, paste it inside. They're hidden, so I want to show them. This one, just as the other one, needs to be center. The body base needs to be center, a height of 24. And I'm going to put my icon left below. And I'm going to change the colors of these to be beep, 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 beep. No, I did not want that. I want this to be black. Boom. There you go. Now they're black. This looks like crap, but don't worry, my friends. What's going on here? Auto. Yeah. Let's go back here. Why is it doing that? I don't like you. No, it should be like this. Is this happening here too? Yeah, no. This should be like this. That way it will always grow to that size. Oh, I see what's happening. I think it's because I changed the height of it. Is that what's going on? If I change the height, it turns it into a box. But I want it to be out to width. So I'm going to have to go and change. I'm going to have to unlink it. And I'm going to call this button text. Yeah, I know I'm going to need to create a new button, a text class that is called button. That is like this. It's aligned to the center, and it has a body height, a line height of 24. And I'm going to create a new one. And it's going to be called body. I know it's not body, but I'm going to put it inside this. Body button. Boom, baby. Or body action. Body link. Now, that's clear. Body button. Let's change this one also to body button. Body button. You are my body. Yeah, there you go. Something was happening that I didn't want to happen because I was changing the height of it, and that was forcing it to be this type of resizing, fixed size. And I don't want that. We want it to be out to width. Okay, very important. I made a mistake and we fixed it. But by making mistakes, you learn new things. Okay, so I'm going to go here, back to my secondary button. Let's hide these guys. Hide, and only use them when we need them. Boom, baby. Now I'm going to duplicate this little dude, and I'm going to detach, because we're going to create detach this instance. I'm going to remove the gray border Goodbye gray border. And I'm going to call this tertiary button. Tertiary. Over here, button. Tertiary. Ow. And let's turn it into a component. Boom. Now we have a tertiary button that we can use too. Let's put this into an auto layout. Yep. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I didn't change that. Yeah, it's body button. It's 24. Oh, I put 12 here. No. We said that this was going to be 8 pixels. That's why they're bigger. 8 pixels, 8 pixels. It's okay. We change it in one place and it changes everywhere else. Let's Command Option G. Let's put some auto layout between these elements. Let's say they are separated by 8 pixels. Boom. Keeping your stuff tidy. Let's go to 64 pixels. There you go. Look at that. We have a set of buttons that we can reuse. We have a set of buttons that we can reuse multiple times. On those tres. Let's see the comments. I'm sure that you have been leaving comments. Hey, no sound. This was an hour ago, so 29. Paste the Figma link in the YouTube description, and then we can access it while you speak. I already did, Denzel. Ahora, so you should be able to see it on the description. Ahora no se escucha. That was 30 minutes ago. We can hear. Oh my God. Are we still on that? You know that you can delete the icon and then the button will go back to its normal size. Yes! Isn't that awesome? Don't forget your line height stuff. Yeah. That may have caused your shift. Yes. A little bit late, but happy to be here. Oh, thank you, Can. So cool. Pablo, please record this session. It's super helpful. Oh, man, I do want to record it, but oh my God, we had so many technical difficulties that I don't want that to be recorded for people. Anyway, we have this. What else were we going to do? Navbar. Let's do a Navbar. Let's do a Navbar. Navbar is going to, like what we learned here in the buttons with the auto layout stuff, we're going to use it there, but on steroids. Pretty cool stuff. Let's do this. Navbar. Let's do the Navbar. Let's do the Navbar. What am I singing? Navbar. Let's do the nap. No, don't do that. So, okay, so let's start designing our Navbar. Let's do a logo and maybe some menu options. Let's actually use like maybe pretty pricing. Let's do another one about what else do you always see in a Navbar? And theme. Yeah, well, about you. Well, theme is usually inside about. So let's do, well, and maybe home no. Product. Let's do, yeah, product. And then this one is going to be, come on, let's think of another one. Play. I don't know. Okay, we have our options. We have our logo. Let's use this one. Let's turn it bold. Once you turn bold, then it removes the text style. So be careful with that, because then you might want to create your body text that is bold too. For example, or actually, you know what? Let me see if I can. No. So if I select it and I turn it bold, yeah, it removes the style of it. I don't know if you see this, but if I want to apply, for example, body base, it puts back the line height. The weight that it had. But if I change the weight to bold, then it removes the style. Just be careful with that if you're going to be doing that. I'm not going to add that to my style guide, but if you want to have that as part of your style guide, that's something that you will need to do. But for this exercise, we won't do it. Okay, so logo, product pricing. These are all elements that are body. This, let's change this to, instead of body button, let's change it to body base. All of these should be body base too. And by the way, body base should be, let me go and edit it because I wasn't liking the auto layout, the auto line height. This should be 16 by 1.5, which should be 24. Oh man, I'm an idiot. We didn't need a new style called button. This one already was doing that. Anyway, well, yeah, that's going to be, let's see, everyone is applying this. Yes. Line height is really important, and I forgot to do that. And someone reminded me on the comments. Thank you for reminding me. Label, let's do the same. Let's do go edit the line height. Instead of alto, you want to do 12 by 1.5, 18. Now let's do our body label base copy. It's let's do this. Go to the settings. 20 by 1.4. And it's the line height on this one, since the text is a little bit bigger, the line height usually decreases with the text that is bigger. Actually, on or headings, for example, we want 56 by 1.1. 1.1, which is 61. Let's keep it at 62. Okay, so that way it's gonna look cool. It looks better. See that? If we had kept it at an auto, it would have too much spacing here. This is actually too big for me. You might want to even decrease this spacing. Instead of 62, maybe you want to go all the way to 60. It's just up to you. Okay. So that's H1. Let's do H2. Sorry, I know I'm going back, and it's always good that you go back and fix your mistakes. Maybe it's better right now than later. 40 by 1.2. 48. Yeah, I like that. And this one is going to be heading 3. Let's go and edit it. And instead of 32 by 1.3, how much does it give us? Instead of 40, 42. There you go. It's not an exact science, as you can see. Let's see. This should have changed over here too. Yeah, you can see the line height is pretty tight, and over here they're pretty bigger. Yeah, we got it. So we didn't have to come here to edit it. We could have just that's the beauty about textiles, that you can change it anywhere, and then it will change everywhere where that textile is being used. Okay, cool. So we have that. And to be honest, these two guys, all of these should be just body base. And the other one that was called button, I think, I don't know how to remove things. Can you delete one? Can you say goodbye? Type details. I don't know how to delete. Okay, I don't know how to delete textiles. Maybe somebody can tell me later. Maybe in the assets, style guide. No, these are just styles. Oh, style. No. Okay, I don't know how to. I'll learn later and I'll tell you. Okay, we have the basic elements for our Navbar. So we have the logo, we have some menus, and we have some buttons. So now what I want to do is put the elements on the left. And so let's say that it's a download. Whoa, what's going on with this? Let's go over here. What is going on with you, my friend? Why are you not resizing? You should be resizing, my friend. There you go. Download, and then maybe this one is going to be login. Okay. So let's put the main call to action here. it. Well, actually, let's just put all of these. Yo, no, no, don't do that. All of these, and then let's add an auto layout to these elements. Command Option G, and then auto layout. Boom. All of the elements are going to have a spacing of 24. Maybe it's too tight here. I think these should have a little bit more spacing. So maybe we want to actually separate these two guys. So I'm going to turn these into a group. Command Shift G. And then this one is going to have an auto layout, and it's going to be at 40 pixels. I think that should be good. And I don't think we need the play one. Boom, baby. Did you see that? So let's take a look at what we did here again. We have two buttons. This frame has its own auto layout, and it's separating these elements from these two elements. I think actually I want to turn this into a group too. Command Option G, and then these elements are going to have their own auto layout, and the auto layout is going to tell them there's only 16 pixels. Yo, what the hell? 16 pixels between them. That's the padding between these elements. And then the padding between this group of options and then this group of options are going to be a little bit looser. So let's go all the way to 40. Yeah, I like that. So this one has its own auto layout of 40 pixels. And then these elements and this elements is 40 pixels, but between them, it's only 16 pixels. Okay, so we have 3 frames here. The main frame that is has all the options. Let's call it nav menu, nav options. Then this one is going to be called CTAs. And this one is going to be called menu options. Yep. So we have the menu options that are here. By the way, you can also change the, I don't know if you knew this, but you can also, if you rearrange here, how the elements are presented on the canvas changes by how you arrange the elements here. So good to know. You can also, like, for example, this one, if I want this one to be here on the left, I can over here drag it and then here and see how it changed. That's pretty cool, right? You can also just move the elements around here, select it, and then say, hey, yo, this one should be here. Or no, let's do this one over here. Hey, let's add a new one. You press Command D, and boom, it added a new one. Let's call this one home. How cool is that, my friends? Okay, so we have that. Now let's do the logo. Logo, maybe we want an image 24 by 24 to be an image for the logo. And let's just use black for now. But this is going to be a placeholder for someone to put their own image and text if they want to. And let's change this to be or base text. Let's put it as bold. And it's actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to create a new style, but no. So now we need to turn this into its own frame. Command G. You don't have to, but yeah, I want to. So now that it's a frame, I'm going to put, you can have auto layout too. Too much auto layout, Pablo. 12 pixels. I think that should be enough, or 16 pixels if you want more, or 8 pixels if you want a little bit tighter. I think 8 pixels actually looks better because it looks more like it's like a lockup. Now we can turn this into a navigation bar. So how do we do this? We will need, we can just Command Option G, this thing. Now it's a frame. And we can add auto layout here. Thing about auto layout. It puts this spacing here between the elements. And actually, I don't think I want that. So how can we do this? This should be vertical, but the vertical does it this way. So let's remove the auto layout. Yeah, it doesn't need auto layout. I'm always trying to add auto layout, and it doesn't really need it always. Well, I would love to have auto layout so I can add some padding here. But then, damn, my friends, I don't know if you're realizing, but I'm having some trouble here. So we have this frame, we have this other frame, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to add an element. Oh, man, I don't think, why am I doing this? I don't think this is good. No, what am I doing? This is a content. Yes, content. And then to this, I'm going to Command Shift G, and this is my actual navbar. Navbar, and then nav content. There you go. So to this navbar, I'm going to add auto layout. There you go. So the only thing that I'm going to do is add spacing between items, 0. There's nothing there because there's only one item, the content inside it. And then I'm going to add my padding, and I'm going to add 8 pixels on the top, 8 pixels on the bottom. And just so you can see what's going on, I'm going to add just like a gray background. See what's going on? It's adding this padding here that is really nice around. And you can change the padding on the top and bottom from the left and right. So for example, you want it to be not as tight on the left and right. You can turn this into 16 pixels, for example. Now you have this. And the cool thing is that, let's see if this, I wanted to have, what happens if I resize this? No. Hold on. Oh yeah, I want this to be fixed width. No, what's going on? Instead of fixed width, we want it to be auto width, and then these elements to be, yeah, I want that auto layout so bad. How can I fix this? 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 This should give me the ability to, so if I change this, then no, it doesn't. Oh my God. The thing is that if I resize this, I want the elements inside to also resize. And I'm not doing that the right way. I mean, what I can do is just like remove the auto layout, but I don't want to remove that auto layout. How can I do this? Oh my God. I'm sorry that I'm struggling. I can make it bigger, but not because the elements inside are keeping the same width. Okay, I'll figure it out later. We'll think about something, okay? So this one is going to be one component. Let's keep it without having to be a component for now. Just keep it as a navbar, and we'll figure out how to use it later. So we have one navbar. Let's get into the meaty part of actually creating different blocks, okay? So let's create different blocks, and let's start with hero headers. I'm going to use, going to go to over here, since we're making for the web. I'm going to use desktop. We can use desktop, just desktop. Boom. That's going to be our first block, and it's going to be a hero block. So let's call it hero 001. Okay. So let me import that image, that that sketch that I created. So on this sketch that I made, I'm putting the heroes, the blocks that I want to create. So hero, image, and then content, and stuff like this. So image, like image that is floating, and then another one that has a full full height image. I think we've gone for a long time, so I think I'm going to cut this session into two. Let's make a couple of heroes, and then I'm going to have to create a new live stream session maybe tomorrow, my friends. I am sorry about that. The good thing is that tomorrow there are going to be less technical difficulties because I learned my lesson. So let's do a couple of heroes, okay? So let's put on our navigation bar. Let's put it over here. Let's put it on the top left. And you know what? I know what I should be doing. I know what I should be doing. I should just remove this auto layout thing. There you go. Now it doesn't have an auto layout, and it has the spacing that I want it to have. And I'm just going to put these elements where they should be. So I'm going to just center them here. Oops, sorry, center, and then pin to the left. See here? Pin to the left, and it has that spacing that I wanted to have. And this element, I wanted to have pin to the right and also centered. Okay, so now if I resize this, I just wanted to solve this without the layout, and we didn't need auto layout. Now it resizes. It does what it's meant to do. I'm sorry I took you for that mental gymnastic. I wanted to do it with auto layout, and the lesson here is you don't always need auto layout. Okay, so now I can actually turn this into a component. Now it's a component that is called Navbar. Navbar nav, and then maybe 01. This is one option of navbars that we have. Maybe you can be more specific about your naming. So this one, and then you want to all of these command R, item, and then number like this. So item 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then these options are going to be called primary, secondary. Just naming conventions are really important once you create a component, my friends. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. Logo, logo container, or logo frame, whatever you want to call it, and then label, and then logo image. Okay. So now I'm actually going to copy it, and I'm going to put it over here on my hero block, and now I can actually use it. And look at this, I can resize it. We can resize this. Bow! Boom, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Let's change this to gray 0. Okay, so instead of gray 1, let's do gray 0. And something we could do is add a border on the bottom, maybe just with a rectangle if you want to. Let's put it at, if you want to be really obvious, you can put at height 1, left bottom. And let's do, can you do 100% here? No, you actually have to resize it. What is the size of this frame? It's 1070. Let's do it 1080. 1080. And let's resize this element to be 1080, my border. Bottom border. Put all the way to the bottom. And let's make the width of this 1080. And let's make it so it stretches. Scales from left to right, and it's stuck to the bottom. Okay, cool. So let's see how it looks over here. Yeah, there you go. So now if I resize this, the bottom border is always there too. Pretty good. It's too tight. Well, let's fix that. I think I left it at 8 pixels. I think 12 pixels would be great. So let's add 24 to this. Plus 24. That's too big now. let's do 64. Yeah, and that gives me 12 pixels. Yeah, 64 is a good size for a banner, for a navigation. Let's see what's going on here. Yo. How can I resize? auto layout, reset instance, and then resize it. Boom. There you go. We have a navigation. Let's get to it. Let's at least create one block. I really like this one, so let's create this one. Let's use our header, heading, pull, copy. Then let's use the assets and insert a primary and a secondary button. It's kind of repetitive if we already have something here, but that's how we roll. We fill the page with buttons. And let's do the whole thing just like this. An image that, what is the size of this? 1440 divided by 2, which will be what? 1440 divided by 2. If you are lazy like me, just use, I don't know if you saw that, but you can use, for example, if you want to double, plus, multiply by 2, and then it's like that. And if you want to divide it, you use the slash and then 2, and boom, it gives you half of it. Okay, so now let's apply some heading, text styling to this little dude. Let's use our heading 1. Look at that. Let's use our body copy. Boom. And we have our buttons here. I'm really liking where we're going, my friends. And let's add a label here. I don't know, sometimes we need a label here. And let's change the text of it to be like a grayish. Sometimes it's like, we are going to have everything, all of your privacy is ours now. Sometimes that's what those gray labels say. You belong to us. So let's do something that says family values. Actually, let's call it that. Family values are important? Question mark. Yes, they are. They are. I think. I don't know. That's a copy. This, I don't know what this site is about. I don't know. You tell me, smart guy. Have a good time here. Let's put a 400 pixels width. Let's fix the spacing between these elements. 24 pixels should be good. Let's make it 16. No, 8 pixels actually felt pretty nice, pretty tight. Let's put more here. And you belong to us. And then you usually want your call to actions to be pretty actionable. Like it's telling you, oh yeah, let's add Command Shift G, and let's add some auto layout. And now, see, I made this button set into an auto layout. Let's actually call it button set. CTA button set. And change the size of this, it changes the position of this one too. So join, what the hell? No, don't do that. No. Become a member. Let's change this to, what the hell? I'm realizing that I was not selected. Become a member. What happened there? Become a member and newsletter. I don't know, worst CTAs ever. You belong to us. Yes, for reals. And let's see what's the spacing here. Let's group this whole thing. Let's center it to the page. I am not a big fan of this border, I have to tell you. We can delete it and then that will hide it. And then let's put this below. Let's remove the background. And it's still the same component, by the way. And now let's use our blush plugin and let's put an image here. So I'm going to use, this, by the way, this one is pretty cool. It's called Crudes by BJ Verma, but we're not going to be using that today. We're going to be using this one called Family Values. Okay, and we could use one of these compositions. I like the idea of this composition, keeping in touch. You can make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, and once you have created it with the Blush plugin, you can come in here and edit any of the elements. So you can come in here and say like, hey, instead of a hijab, let's make it someone that has a big bun. Look at that, has a big button. And right now it's a PNG at medium resolution. But if you sign up, you can turn this into SVG. Once that it says SVG, you actually have control over all the elements. So, for example, let's say this, I don't want it to be clipping the content. And I think that's because I have a mask there. So let's not turn it into a mask. Let's remove that. Oh no, I actually do want that mask. Let's just make it a little bigger. There you go. There you go. So once you turn into SVG, you have control of every element, and not only that, but also it's still editable. So you can come in here and maybe the child you want it to be double button, and I think once it does that, you still have to like come back here and change this mask. Yeah, I need to fix that on the library. Anyway, we have our illustration. Let's center it. And I think we're going to have to do the rest of these blocks, which was our goal today, but we're not going to take it because we took too long doing the beginning. We're going to do this today. Okay, my friends? We're going to actually turn all these blocks. Look at how easy it was. Super quickly, we created this because we already had the textiles, we already have the components, we already had the illustrations. It was super easy and fun, I think. Thank you for being so patient with all the different things that were happening. I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, so thank you for being patient. Let's see the comments. It's on the right hand side with nothing selected on the right hand side. Oh yeah, 150%. You're correct. Yes, you need to add scaling constraints to the content. This was, I missed this math from Sketch. I always typed. Good to see you, Pablo. Yeah, there are button next to the world instance when you have it selected on your user. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Sorry, I'm reading the comments here. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for just, again, thank you for being patient when all of the, I think I spent like 15 minutes with where I was not sharing my screen, my microphone was not working, so many mistakes I made. But you were there and you kept going, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to maybe not tomorrow, but maybe on Tuesday we're going to do another stream. We're going to go into detail of all the blocks. Okay, that's going to be pretty cool. And thank you everyone who's here. See you on Tuesday. I'm going to create a new event, and I'll see you there. Okay. Bye. Hold on.